The Federal High Court in Abuja has rejected the bail application by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, and also rejected his request to be transferred to Kuje prison. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the House of Representatives has issued a compelling call to action, urging the government to halt the importation of Adire and Kampala fabrics in a bid to bolster local production and safeguard Nigeria's cottage industry. Spearheaded by Afolabi Maruf Afwape, the motion underscores the necessity of criminalizing Adire imports and enhancing support for local fabric producers through comprehensive training programs. Additionally, plans are underway for a nationwide campaign led by the Committee on Information to champion the cultural significance of Adire and Kampala and encourage patronage of locally made textiles, emphasizing their pivotal role in economic growth and youth empowerment. At number 2, troops of 1 Division of the Nigerian Army rescued 16 kidnapped victims in Tantatu community of Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. The rescue operation was conducted in response to actionable intelligence around 10:30 p.m. on March 17. Army spokesperson Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, who announced this in a statement on Tuesday, stated that the troops tracked the insurgents and are continuing the search and rescue operations to extricate other victims and thwart the insurgents' activities. Meanwhile, Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has reiterated the urgency for the establishment of state police, citing the increasing sophistication of bandits operating in the region. Sani expressed his concern over the inadequacy of local security forces to effectively combat these bandits, who are armed with advanced weaponry, arguing that it would empower communities to defend themselves against armed threats. At number 3, the Federal High Court in Abuja has rejected the bail application by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Trial Judge Justice Binta Nyako granted an accelerated hearing instead of bail. Kanu's counsel, lawyer Ejimakor, argued for bail, citing Kanu's deteriorating health and the threat to his life in the Department of State Services DSS custody. However, the federal government's counsel, Adegboyega Awomolo SAN, urged the courts to dismiss the bail application, citing Kanu's previous bail breach and the availability of medical facilities in DSS premises. Meanwhile, Kanu has requested the Federal High Court to transfer him to Kuje prison. Kanu alleged that the DSS lacks the medical facilities to treat his health conditions, which include congestive heart failure and a swollen foot. Justice Nyako refused the application, saying the DSS custody remains the most secure place for the detained IPOB leader. At number 4, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has allocated 1 billion naira for the training of over 1,000 basic level teachers in the state. The announcement was made during the inauguration of newly appointed local government education secretaries. These secretaries will oversee primary education in their respective areas. Governor Zulum underscored the importance of training teachers to improve educational outcomes. He highlighted the progress made in rebuilding school infrastructure and reducing the number of out-of-school children from over 2 million to 800,000. At number 5, Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has approved bursary awards for Abia State indigenes in law schools nationwide, as announced by the State Commissioner for Information and Culture, Nnamdi Kanu. The decision was made during an executive council meeting presided over by the governor in Umuahia. Additionally, the state government has approved the renovation of 170 primary schools and 51 secondary schools, with features to modernize the schools. At number 6, Igbo traders in Kwara State have reportedly shut their shops and businesses in Ilorin, the state capital, in protest over alleged tax increment by the Kwara State Internal Revenue Services, KWIRS. Despite earlier interventions by government officials, including the Chief of Staff and a senior advisor and counselor to the governor, the traders have expressed continued grievances. The traders have planned a press conference to address the issue but postponed it, and the breakdown of the earlier reconciliation remains unclear. The Revenue Service rejected the traders' request for a central pool mode of tax payment, insisting on individual payments. At number 7, the Enugu State Police Command has issued a warning against the illegal practice of Itumadu Naruse, also known as trial by ordeal. The command's public relations officer, DSP Daniel Udukwe, emphatically said trial by ordeal is a criminal offense under the Nigerian law as well as the Criminal Code Law of Enugu State. Udukwe urged the public to refrain from resorting to such practices and instead seek legal means to resolve disputes. At number 8, the Adamawa State Police Command conducted a raid across different locations in the state, resulting in the arrest of 58 suspected criminals. The suspects include 40 young men believed to be members of the notorious Sheila Boys group. Commissioner of Police, Dr. Dankombo Morris, disclosed that 11 suspects were arrested for kidnapping and 7 for armed robbery. Recovered items include a Toyota Prado Jeep, an 18-seat bus, 2 AK-47 rifles with live ammunition, cash, charms, and electronic devices. Morris solicited the public's cooperation in providing useful information to the police and assured of collaboration with sister security agencies for effective service delivery. At number 9, former Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Iyama has been acknowledged by UEFA as one of the 4 goalkeepers to have scored a goal in the history of the Champions League. Alongside Iyama, Ivan Provedel, Sinan Bolat, and Hans-Jörg Butt achieved this feat. Iyama's goal came from the spot in Hapoel Tel Aviv's match against Olympique Lyon on September 9, 2010. He later had a successful career with Lille in Ligue 1. Butt scored 3 penalties in the Champions League for Hamburg, Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, while Bolat and Provedel each scored 1 goal from the sport. Finally, at number 10, Hong Kong's legislature has unanimously passed a new national security law introducing severe penalties such as life imprisonment for crimes related to treason and insurrection, and up to 20 years jail time for the theft of state secrets. First tracked through the city's legislature, the law will come into effect on March 23rd. Commonly referred to as Article 23, the law will work alongside Beijing's 2020 National Security Law and targets offenses under categories such as treason, insurrection, theft of state secrets, espionage, sabotage, endangering national security, and external interference. The new law has raised concerns from the United States, Britain, and the European Union, who fear it could further restrict freedoms in Hong Kong, and has been described by city leader John Lee as a historic moment for Hong Kong. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.